All right, well, good afternoon. A lot of beautiful people here. We appreciate that. I'm Dave Weil. I'm the director of the Wingate University PA program. And on behalf of my faculty members and our staff, we welcome you to the White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2022. I want to first thank our White Coat sponsors, Novant Health. They couldn't be here today, but for their continued partnership with the program. Without a strong clinical partnership, none of this is possible, and we're proud to work with them, and I really do appreciate their support. Also in attendance is our University Provost, Dr. Jeff Frederick, and our guest speaker, Mr. Matt Lutz. We appreciate you both being here. So I understand this evening is largely focused on the class, but I'd like to take just a minute to step back and appreciate three groups of people, if I may. First is our faculty and staff. This is no small task to manage 170 active students across 3 cohorts on 2 campuses through over 40 courses. Just this class alone in front of you is going to participate in over 550 clinical rotations over the next year. Our didactic faculty, our clinical faculty, and our support staff are the best in the business and setting the standard for an outstanding PA student experience should be. So class, if you'll please join me in celebrating the faculty and the staff, many of which are here today, and I'll call their names. You can raise your hand or say hi if you'd like. Miss Carolyn Little in the back, we all want to look at you. Miss Joanne Smith. Miss April Brock. Miss Susan Lance, who hopefully is watching up in Hendersonville. The tag team of Miss Regina Hutchinson and Mr. Andrew Hutchinson, hopefully also watching up in Hendersonville. Dr. Olabisi Badmus, who couldn't be here with us today. Professor Becky Boschel. Professor Nicole Drake. Dr. Lavette Shirley Ely. Professor Taylor Fisher. Professor Beth Maupin. Professor Rebecca McCullough. Professor Christy Putz. Dr. Christina Sinkle. Dr. Susie Wolf. And also who couldn't be here, Dr. Teresa Hall and Dr. Susan Smith. We appreciate every one of you and could not ask for a better team. The second group of people I'd like to recognize are our students, friends, and family. It's great to see you all, and I'm quite thankful that this year has allowed us to meet in person and to share this occasion with those who continue to support us throughout this class. Students, if you could briefly turn and provide a round of applause for those that have covered your back over the last year. Unfortunately, your job's not done yet. They got 12 more months to go. But we appreciate all of you done for them and sacrifice to help them get to this point. The third group, and the main reason we're gathered here today, is our students for the presentation of their white coats to the class of 2022. I'd like to share with you a little bit about the history of the white coat. It's a newer ceremony established in 1993 by the Gold Foundation at Columbia University, and is a rite of passage that often takes place during the initial days of orientation, or like now, upon the transition to the clinical year. And while our students are considered healthcare professionals from the moment they arrive on campus, this ceremony serves as an official welcome to healthcare practice. The white coat can have a variety of meanings to different people, but it symbolizes professionalism and trust, and is a reminder that we must keep healthcare human. A reminder to make sure that the patient in front of us knows that they are the most important thing on your mind during their care. Now, more than ever, it's critically important to remember that we're in the people business. We're in the human business. Over the next 12 months, you're going to touch people's lives. You'll see patients at their best. You'll see patients at their very worst, and everything in between. You'll witness firsthand the beauty of medicine, while also learning from its failures and its opportunities for growth. So whether it's through a smiling face observing in the corner of the room, a hand to hold during celebration or sadness, a thoughtful and thorough history and physical exam, or by direct surgical instrumentation, you will touch lives. During those times, it's the white coat that needs to serve as a reminder that we're caring for patients, we're caring for people, and that we need to always keep healthcare human. So now our Director of Clinical Education, Professor Rebecca McCullough, will introduce our keynote speaker.
First and foremost, just want to congratulate the class of 2022. I know you guys have anticipated this day for months and looked forward to it. We are so honored to have one of our graduating class members from the class of 2018 coming to be your guest speaker tonight, Matthew Lutz. So in the programs, it tells you that Matthew is from Boone and has been married to his wife for 19 years and has 3 lovely children. He works as a physician assistant in general surgery and has since the time he graduated. He graduated from Messiah College as a Bible major and was a missionary in Thailand, a youth minister, and a pastor. Having survived a skiing accident as a teenager, he always dreamed of working in the medical field. He studied at Wingate University and again graduated in the class of 2018 and has since begun his career in surgery in a general surgery group in Boone. In his free time, he enjoys spending that with his wife, skateboarding with his son, playing basketball and singing with his daughter, and of course being a preceptor to Wingate PA students. Now, just as a side note, Matthew actually gave me a heart attack earlier today because he texted me and said the white coat ceremony's next week, right? And I said, no, it's today. And he said, haha, just kidding. Just wanted to give you a heart attack. And I said, well, you did. And for that, you're going to have a student every single rotation. So, with no further ado, we give you Matthew Lutz.
They know I like to walk around, so they added this one. I appreciate it. So you made it here. This is an exciting day. I was only in your position, I think, around 5.5 years ago. I remember it well. Exciting and terrifying, all kind of at the same time. As she mentioned, I have a wife, almost 20 years marriage. I have 3 wonderful kids. I went to school while my kids were growing up. And so before we do anything else, because most of the night's going to be focused on you guys, and I know we already, acknowledged those others that are in the room, but I learned firsthand just how much others have supported me. And if you're in this room and you don't know, going through the first year of PA school is hard. It is painful. And I remember getting up 3:30 in the morning to drive down to Wingate and then getting home at 6 o'clock. But then I remember my wife and my kids when I'd be reading books to them and falling asleep and all that stuff and all that they did to help me. And so before I talk about anything else, would you mind one more time standing up? We're going to honor you guys. Thank you for being a part of their journey. It takes everyone in this room, and we're just so grateful to have everybody. I still remember one of the greatest notes of encouragement I ever got. It was before my pants, before the final test, and my family did a big picture, and my kids were just learning. Some of my younger ones were learning how to write, and I'll never forget, my son wanted to put good luck on your tests. Couldn't spell right, so I still have a big picture of good luck on your testes. Can I say that? It's okay. It's a medical, but... And I thought, well, there'll be some questions on those as well. So, okay. But we need encouragement from others. But you have come to tonight because you're about to receive your white coat. And I actually found mine. It's my original student white coat. And I don't like wearing, fancy clothes, so I thought I can get away if I put this on. If you notice, it's not as crisp or as clean as yours will be. But that's because it's been through 10 rotations, and your white coat's going to change over those rotations as well. I think I have some ink stains somewhere. I have a torn pocket. It's the battle. But today you have made it to the point where you get to wear this white coat. And it's a celebration. Today's an interesting night afternoon because it's a celebration of where you've been, but it's also a preparation for what you're about to do. And I thought, what could I share that would be even memorable in any way, shape, or form? And if you don't remember anything, it's okay. You're getting your white coat tonight. But I wanted to just kind of give you something to take going forward in your rotations to kind of hold on to. Because it's one thing to get the white coat. Because to get this white coat is a responsibility. You all of a sudden are going to have access and time spent with patients day after day after day. You're going to have an opportunity to work with doctors, with PAs, with nurses, with staff. You're going to see people like was mentioned earlier at their lowest. You're going to be there when people are given lung cancer news or for another sinus infection. Whatever it may be, you now have that responsibility. And we don't take that lightly. But going into that, when you get your white coat, I want you to remember 2 things tonight. The first thing is this. Some of you tonight, I want to encourage you. You know some things. Some of you are like, yeah, I do. Okay, this isn't for you, okay? You know some things. You have just spent a year drinking from a fire hose of every possible medical term, every possible scenario, things that I have not yet seen. And you know those things. So when you get this white coat, I want you to carry with that a level of confidence when you go forward. You know some things. I'm a preacher at heart, so say it with me. Say, I know some things. Okay, who is this guy? But that is very important because you have, not only is the ultimate goal to learn on your rotations, but you have knowledge that could impact the care of these patients. One of the greatest things, I love having students because I know they have just studied something that I have long forgotten. There's a lot I know that they don't know yet. But there are some things that you guys will know and you will bring to the table. And I want you to walk with confidence. It's about to get real on Monday. It is Monday, right? Okay. Where's Jillian? Get some sleep this weekend. She's my student on Monday. But you know some things. When you begin to interact with preceptors, interact with patients, you may notice something on a physical exam. You may notice something when they share a history. Walk with confidence, knowing that you know a lot of things right now. There may not be another moment in your entire career that you know more little tidbits about everything than you do right now. And sometimes we need to just remember that you have a huge base of knowledge. Walk in confidence in that. I still remember being on one of my rotations, and there were 3 first-year residents and a PA preceptor and a doctor, and we were doing rounds in the hospital, and we saw a patient with kind of flushing episodes and diarrhea, and they had all these different things and different ideas. Huh? What is it? Could be. Okay, could be. This is the beginning of your rotations, right? What? Okay, what is that word? Right? All these people sat there. No one mentioned carcinoid. And I was sitting there, man, it can't be carcinoid. I'm just a PA student. I said, carcinoid? They made me present the next day on carcinoid, right? So, be careful. But there may be things you notice, things you say that actually impact people's lives. So it's not just another day of school. When you get your white coat, all of a sudden you carry that responsibility to use the knowledge that you have to impact those people around you. So the first thing I wanted you to remember is, I know some things. Second thing, you don't know everything. See, it's amazing the balance that we need in rotations as we wear the responsibility of a white coat. In one case, we need to have the confidence in saying, I know some things, and I want to make an impact. And at the same time, to put on this white coat means there's a level of humility that is necessary, because we will be in patients' lives where they will look to you as what you are, which is a training healthcare provider. Walk with that humility. I'll never forget, one of the surgeons at my practice, he takes a student from a different school every now and then, and a girl shows up on her first day of the rotation. And he says, he gives her he explains something about surgery, and she looks at him and says, no, that's not right. 20-year surgeon, right? Surgeon in general, let alone 20-year surgeon. He said, let me explain this to you again. He gets he shares it, and she's like, that's not right. Don't do that, okay? There's a level of humility that's needed with the doctors, with the patients. There may be something where you're just running. Oh, my goodness, I'm so busy. I have to get these notes done. I have to see, it's another drug seeker in the ER. It's another. Take a moment and pause. Because so quickly, the job of learning can surpass those moments with a patient. And it takes true humility to remember, I'm wearing this white coat. I want to walk in humility and service to everybody around me. So sometimes on your rotation, you're going to need to remember, I know some things. When there is something that needs to be said, do it in humility, but speak. There's going to be other times where you know some things, but we don't know everything. Where we will be called to listen, to learn, and to grow, and sometimes just be present. One of my students last year had a chance just to sit with someone when they were dying. Sat for 45 minutes as they passed away. Didn't say a word. Didn't count for a lot of knowledge, but he was wearing the white coat. And so in humility, he sat there and held her hand as this older lady passed away. When this gets put on tonight, I want to just encourage each one of you. What a beautiful responsibility to get to wear it. And my desire and my heart, I know all of yours, is that at the end of these rotations, when it's almost graduation day, that you can look back and say, I wore this short one well. And I always, whenever I speak anywhere, obviously tonight is about you guys, but if you think about it, those two things actually could impact the way all of us live our lives in some way or another. Imagine if our relationships were based on a little bit of times where we need to speak, and then also walking in humility where we say, I don't know everything. Imagine what it would do in our marriages and the way we parent. Well, I'm a preacher, so I have to give a Bible verse. Okay, just go with me, okay? I know it's not church. I'm controlling myself. But my life as a follower of Christ, I remember in Philippians it says, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing. Became obedient even to the point of death on the cross. When I want to live life, the reminder that I don't know everything, the reminder of walking in humility, that is what we get to do. We get to live a life of sacrifice. Someday you'll get paid. That's a good thing. Okay? Right now you're going to do it for free. And even pay for it. Oh my goodness. Whew, glad I'm not a student anymore. But even starting this coming Monday, walk out in the responsibility of the white coat, knowing that there are times where you're called to speak in confidence because you know some things. And then there's also times for you to walk in humility because we don't know everything. But in that beautiful balance, when all is said and done, and you look back on your last rotation, and you're here looking at graduation, those two things have served as some guidelines that kept you going forward, treating patients with respect, treating the providers well, gaining the knowledge that you need so you could look back and say, you know what? I wore the short one well. Now it's time to wear the long one well. And then ultimately we look back on life and we say, well, I hopefully have lived my life well. Well done. Well done. We applaud you. Enjoy the fresh, clean white coat because it won't be clean for long. All right? God bless you guys.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lutz. We appreciate you being a part of the program and your words of wisdom and inspiration. We'll now proceed with the donning of the white coats for the class of 2022. Ms. Joanne Smith, if you'd come up. Family and friends, if you can hold or limit your applause until the entire class has been announced, we'd appreciate it, just so no names end up being missed.
Kristen Ann Alechi. Natalie Jean Barnett. Michelle Louise Bayer. Suzanne Chandler Brinson. Mallory Marie Cawthon. Chelsea Mary Chaco. Hannah Sophia Bokyo Chung. Eric James Corlett. Amron Mackenzie Craig. Stephanie Zarnopis. Jordan Elizabeth Deacon. Marissa Lynn Dembeck. Nicole Ann Donahue. Kristen Elise Drew. Jessica Caroline Dyer. Adrienne Shatera Eddington. Regina Elizabeth Feeks. Hannah Marie Flatness. Summer Elizabeth Fleming. Caitlin E. Galbraith. Matthew Green. Teresa Marie Griswold. Haley Wilson Hernandez. Kelly Muriel Hogan. Zachary Paul Jansen. Justine Claire Castle. Delaney Rose Kelnhofer. Justin Michael Kolazar. Braylon Jewel LaHaye. Marion Adele Larrabee. Stephanie Yu Lee. Jillian Antonia Malloy. Lauren Michelle Matthews. Erica Lynn Money. Catherine Rachel McCullum. Anna Caitlin McConnell. Kashif Mohammed. Kofi Amisa Money. Maggie Louise Moore. Mallory Catherine Moore. Benny Ton Hua Nguyen. Kylie Nicole O'Laughlin. Andrea Steele Orr. Samantha Lynn Poole. Crystal Renee Purple. Kristen Lynn Quint. Timothy Michael Schroeder. Caitlin Marie Serva. Michelle Lynn Smith. Courtney Nicole Tarter. Courtney Lynn Thomas. Rachel Moyer Truslow. Catherine Clarice Vitello. Stuart Edward Willett. Lauren Nicole Winborn. Lindsay Jane Weishart. Mai Gao Zong.
All right, now you let it go. All righty, Ms. Jillian Malloy, class president, will now lead the class of 2022 in their professional oath.
Will the class of 2022 please stand so that we recite the physician assistant professional oath? I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, benefits, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all patients who seek care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing health. Test my personal abilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor.
You all can sit. Thanks. Got a little bit more to do. So congratulations, class of 2022. I wish you Godspeed in the days ahead as you embark on this next phase of your journey. But before you scatter to the winds, it's time to recognize one of your own. Each year, the Graduate Awards Committee, which is composed of program faculty, selects a student to receive the Didactic Student of the Year Award. This year, as in past years, the selection process proved to be a challenge as a number of students were nominated based on their academic performance in the 3 didactic semesters. To be nominated speaks to the hard work that they all put in, and they all are to be congratulated. But beyond recognizing academic ability, the committee also recognizes leadership and commitment to service to their communities, the various communities. This year, this year's award recognized a student who not only excelled in the classroom, but also served as a member of student government. So I'm giving you some little hints along the way. Volunteered to administer COVID-19 vaccines in the student health clinic, and became a part of the mentor-mentee program, helping students in the incoming class of 2023 adjust to their new reality of PA school. The award winner recently participated in a PA Project Access event where a group of creative souls put together a TikTok themed presentation aimed at high school students seeking to learn more about our presentation. Our winner also recently volunteered to serve as part of a medical team at a local gymnastics event. She and her husband faithfully serve their church community. So if you haven't figured out already, I'm honored to present this award to Jordan Deacon, your SGA secretary. So Jordan, we have a medal that you can wear. Let's turn it around properly. Yeah, come over here. And then we're also going to engrave your name on a plaque that is permanently in the reception office of the PA program. You may have seen it before, so your name will join those others. I believe Mr. Luke's name is also on that plaque, so you're in good company there. And also, we're going to present you with this very heavy academic text. I assure you there's an electronic copy that goes with this, so you don't have to carry it around, but it's just a token in recognition of your award. So congratulations, Jordan. We are excited to see what the next year brings for you. The sky's the limit. Maybe get a picture.
It's me again. So today, before I want to start off with, I know we did it earlier before, but first and foremost, I really want to say thank you on behalf of the class of 2022 to all these awesome people up here in the stage. Without them, last year would not have been possible, especially through the midst of COVID, constant restriction changes, and just never knowing what's going to come up each week or what we have to change. They were really versatile. They were able to make adaptations and make the last year possible. So please, will everyone just give a quick round of applause for these amazing people up here? But there was one of you that we chose that were just a little bit more higher. No, we are all very thankful. Your investment in this process and molding us into who we're going to become as young clinicians is beyond measurable. So thank you for that. With that being said, today we are here to recognize one faculty member in particular who my class felt was way beyond expectations of a professor. From their passions for patient care to their consistency and dedication inside and outside the classrooms, we felt this faculty member consistently provided both fun and engaging experiences to the entire class. Although this professor was only with us for a short period of time, they did not hesitate to hit the ground running. Because of all of these things, together this last semester has given us the knowledge, experience, and confidence as we move to the next chapter into clinicals, and we are forever grateful. Without further ado, will everyone join with me in a round of applause as we present the award to our first annual Wingate Physician Assistant Instructor of the Year Award to Ms. Dr. Livette Shirley Ely. Speech, speech, speech.
I've always wondered what it felt like to be on an award show, so this is this is pretty awesome. Wow, I'm speechless. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to try not to cry, so give me a second. You guys have really touched me this year, so I'm glad that I have touched you the same way that you've touched me. And I obviously do not have a speech prepared, but I will say that you guys have set the bar so high. So for the students that come after you, I feel sorry for them because you guys are awesome. But I do know that you guys are going to be wonderful clinicians. I am so glad that you guys are going to join the ranks as PAs alongside me. So thank you once again so much. You guys have really made my day. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations, class of 2022. You survived the didactic year, the transitions course, and now you've donned your white coats ready for clinical rotations. A milestone for sure, and one that you, your friends, and your family should be very proud of. I hope that your white coats will serve as a reminder to keep healthcare human, a reminder to the commitment and your obligations to our profession. To Mr. Lutz's point, a reminder that we are always learning. While we have prepared you well, real medicine is learned at the patient's bedside. So be proud, be safe, and most of all, congratulations. And that's going to conclude our ceremony. Family, you are free to leave, and we hope you will join us briefly at the Hinton Art Gallery, just diagonal across the street, for light snacks and refreshments. Students, you're asked to remain seated. We're going to take some class pictures, and then we'll join your families in the museum. Thank you all very much for coming.